Hello Internet, this is Nick, and this is Civilization 6. Civ 6? Civ E, we will decide what to call it. This is actually the second game that I've been recording. I'm not sure if I will be publishing the first or not. It depends on whether I decide to keep on going with it. But I'm gonna actually get into that later. Maybe explain that, or maybe not. It's not that important too, but I just thought I'd just jump straight in and into my game, and then I'll tell you exactly why I've set things up the way I have, instead of sitting here explaining things and then going in. I may as well leave all that explanation for while I'm playing and waiting for AI to finish their turns, all those kinds of things. So right now Sean Bean is talking in my ears, which makes it hard to talk to you. However, unfortunately I discovered when I was initially recording the previous game, I discovered that the kind of voiceover narration in this game isn't recording for some reason. I don't know why. I've fiddled with the sound both in the game and in my computer's system settings, and I have fiddled with how exactly I was recording. I've tried different microphones. I don't know why, but the music and the sound effects of Civ 6 come through on the recording, but the voiceover narration doesn't. So apologize for that, but so you just won't hear Sean Bean's voice, and you won't hear the advisor's voice. There's like this woman who gives you advice. So we are in the middle of, we've got a lot of jungle, rainforest and proper woods up there. I'm just going to turn the yield icons on because I like to see that. Oh, that's good. Oh, so those are plains. Those are plains, hills, forests. So this is going to be a very good production place. And what makes a production city? And this is going back to the Civ 4 when I really got into making specialized cities in Civ 4, and one of the things I'm really excited about Civ 6 is that there's sort of a return to that. While in Civ 5 I felt like the yields were just too samey, like that. I think if I remember correctly, because I haven't actually played Civ 5 for quite a while, like all woods would be one food, one hammer, or one production and one food, and then you'd have the plains that are two food. So I like the additive style that goes on here. I mean, some people are saying, oh, that means that hills and woods are overpowered because a forest kind of terrain feature adds a cog, adds production, hammers, cogs, whatever, and doesn't decrease from the food. So you're essentially saying that a forested tile is just better. I don't see there being a problem if a forest is just better or a hill is just better. But anyway, let's get to that point of what makes a good industrial city, at least in Civ 4, was that you would have the good production tiles, but you would also have good food tiles. That you needed enough good food tiles to then allow you to work these production tiles, because this isn't self-sufficient in terms of food. It provides 3 production but only 1 food, and the worker working that needs 2 food. So you have your rice, or your bananas in this case, and those allow you to then have kind of industrial workers in a way. And then you had the cities that had a lot of food became the specialized, like the specialist economy cities, where you then use that extra population as specialists, not as tile improvement. And there was I guess, a certain amount of subtlety or finesse of working out, well, what is a good food for food's sake place and a good food for industry's place. But anyway, so this could actually be rather promising, even though it's so thicketed, which will make improvements rather difficult, because they would have to, because now builders have, like, workers are builders, and builders have builder charges, and it takes a charge to remove the, say if I wanted to build a farm there, I'd need to remove the forest with one charge and then place the farm with another charge. But on the other hand, we have the bonus of the initial terrain feature. And we're going to build a warrior. Given... So that requires irrigation. Irrigation comes after pottery. But we might just go... Oh, we already have farming. The other thing is that it's going to be a while before we actually get the builder to do the improvement, so it's not really a rush to do that. What are we actually interested in getting sooner rather than later? Animal husbandry. I mean, yeah, so there's the irrigation for our bananas. Because obviously the campus is going to work well with our rainforests, so we could start teching up. But then again, that requires us to be in a position where we can devote our production to campuses. So what's actually the tech that gives us some advantage here? And my initial thought is to go towards bronze working. Because that will thus tell us where the iron is, and then when we get our second city, maybe we can use that knowledge of where the iron is on the map to better inform that decision. We might not actually be building any of the buildings yet. And then there's the other question of what are we likely to have boosted sooner rather than later. And obviously this one is easily going to get boosted. That one might take a bit longer, or might be finding a natural wonder might take a while, or it might be relatively easy. That's like very much a while away. Found a casino on the coast. Not going to go quarry. Killing 3 barbarians. Let's do the pottery. In case we beeline to this banana, we may as well just have the pottery to give us more options. We don't really need the mining or animal husbandry yet. So, yeah, and one final thing on the whole forests terrain thing is I like that Civ 6, with the way that the forests just are better, it does give the kind of resultant dynamic that at the start forests and hills and rainforests are really good, but then in later game they're worse, or you transition out, you start cutting them down, which is obviously a natural thing in the course of our human civilizations, in the course of our history. That's what happened. And a lot of the really successful early civilizations were because they were in the tropics. They were where there was an abundance of food that then allowed for the creation of very intricate kind of cultures and religions and all that kind of stuff. And I really shouldn't be exploring straight west or straight east, because that's going to keep me in this band of rainforest. But I've kind of started going, so I may as well keep on going. We are building a warrior first because it is immortal difficult level, and I will get attacked early on. Maybe not too early on, but certainly will get attacked early enough that I need kind of 2 or 3 warriors before I start. Oh, this is good. Very good. Why do you do... Oh my god. The way this camera jerks around just annoys me often. Go directly south? I guess. Now that is an interesting thing I didn't realise. I thought the movement across the river was one movement because your kind of cities kind of assumed to have a bridge or kind of sprawl a bit, so thus it was one movement to cross a river. But crossing a river into a rainforest, I didn't realise that that was only one movement cost. Oh no, because it's a scout. It has 3 movement. Okay. Mystery solved. Well, this is some nice verdant land. And great pop in if you saw that. The terrain features didn't load until after. Okay, so our first city-state. And we were the first ones to meet them, thus we get a bonus of 1 envoy. That means that we are getting this +2 production in the capital when building buildings. Bonus now. And they want us to recruit a great scientist for an envoy. We will not be doing that anytime soon. I do continue to dislike the addition of city-states. Nice in theory, but in practice, the way city-states work, they're just bonuses that you can collect. And it just feels very unbalancing. But maybe I'm a fuddy-duddy. Can I do old? Okay, there's the barbarian encampment. There's the tundra already. Okay, so I guess that's due to the size of the map. So that leads into the discussion of, and that is a lot of stone. The discussion of the particular conditions we're playing with. Now, the previous game that I was recording, I was playing a game as Gandhi on a huge map, because Gandhi has an achievement which requires a huge map. Oh, good, a relic. And suddenly we have 4.2 faith per turn. Okay, so we may get a... relics are just really, really powerful to find early on. Again, one might say unbalancing RNG. But yeah, it means that if you find a relic, you are going to be faster at getting to a pantheon than someone who's actually dedicating all of their resources to building towards a religious kind of thing. But it's good that we got this relic because it's going to help our tourism. So yeah, I was playing this Gandhi game and it was taking a very long time to do turns, and I specifically not played a marathon game, even though I prefer to play marathon, just because I wanted to be considerate to you, the viewer. But then I realized in the course of that the fact I was playing on a huge map was really slowing things down in terms of the AI taking its turns, in terms of the amount of things happening on the map, all those things. And I realized that I could easily switch to a smaller map size and play on marathon and actually be getting through the game faster than if I was just playing on the normal speed on a huge map. Ironically, that was the case. So yes, so that's why we're playing on this. A small map, playing Immortal difficult level, and we are playing at marathon speed. Related to that, the Immortal difficult level bit of that equation. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. That's really nice. I mean, that's all this desert bit. If you had Petra, what exactly does Petra give you? Where's the wonders? Yeah, Petra. Yes. Yeah. That's good. Yes, that's indeed good. I doubt we'll be able to get to that, but given that we're playing on a higher difficult level, but maybe. Yeah, so I was playing on King in that Gandhi game because I just assumed I'm not the best player. I shouldn't kind of think above my station. But then I was playing 2 nights ago. I was kind of in a lull of my Gandhi game. I just decided to play an unrecorded, kind of just bang out a dual deity game because I'd heard on the internet that deity wasn't actually that hard. And I did that, and then I realised something I've realised before about these kind of games, and that is that my main issue is actually kind of confidence rather than actual competence. The problem I have that leads to me not winning is not being bad. Well, it is a kind of being bad, but it's like a strategically being bad. I would essentially not know when to make my run for it. I would just continue to build up and build up. I guess I would just enjoy playing at the normal difficulty level and be essentially playing a comp stomp where I just teched up and turtled and turtled and turtled, and then in the industrial age decided to come out of my shell and invade, and then it didn't necessarily work. While since back then, which is like a decade ago, I've started to realize that 4X games are not about making your great little civilization. It's about actually achieving the goals, and sometimes you achieve those goals by knowing that, oh, now I have enough warriors to crush. And yeah, and not being perfectionist about it. And so now that I've learnt that lesson, I realise that, oh no, I can definitely play on higher difficult levels. What, another warrior perhaps? Or builder time? Don't think it's settler time. Or is it settler time? So that's going to be there, and ideally we. Ooh, that's the problematic nature of that. So, can I draw on this map? Is there like a way to draw on the map? I wonder. Possibly not. But anyway, the big hex of Sparta is going to be like that. So I don't like overlapping with my cities. Maybe I should allow overlapping, but I like to grab as much territory, be as optimal with that, and each city have as much kind of potential as possible. And thus I really don't like overlap. So how to build a city that overlaps without losing those things? Because ideally I should actually build my city here on the river. And the other issue is that the this game has such a huge emphasis on building on the rivers, because there is now like a maximum housing of your citizens, and I am getting a +5 bonus from being on the water here. And actually on that note, yeah, okay. So it must just be on deity that it's only +4. So yeah, I'm getting a +5 bonus from housing on the water, and not being on any water at all. I mean, that's on a river. +5 from a river. It's +3 if you're next to fresh water or the coast. And then it's plus nothing if you're not. So you would have a maximum housing of 1 if you just settled in the middle of the desert. You can then build aqueducts, and not having a water source at all means the aqueduct gives you a bonus of 6. So in this circumstance, it would seem like that kind of negates the loss of not having the river, but if you have a river and you build the aqueduct, you get +2, so you're always better to be on the river, and housing ends up being a hassle in some ways. So it's just easier to have the water in the first place. So given that, we want to settle on the water. If we were down here, then we could have that kind of Petra desert-ness if we really wanted to. And we'd have, say, 3. Or you could be down here where there's marshes with lots of food anyway. Are those hills? No. Now, crucially, here, I'm seeing this stone, and as well there. I'm thinking that's where an industrial zone belongs, because districts now have, well, you build districts and they have adjacencies. I can't build a district yet, but industrial zones essentially get adjacency bonuses from mines and quarries. So that would add +3 production to the industrial area. Here, what could we do? I mean, there'll probably be, so that's +3, but you'd want something that that's a hill as well, so you could get +4 there. But yes, it means that the good production cities are now not necessarily the ones that have all these hills. Like, you could have a lot of hills, you could have a lot of resources that give you production, but if they're spread out all over the place around your city, then that's not actually as good, or doesn't make it a good industrial city. Being a good industrial city is about having an area of densely kind of compact mines that can then go around an industrial zone. Anyway. Another warrior. Let's just go with the third warrior. That was a long turn of me just explaining things. I'm glad that I started building another warrior now. Okay, so let's put you there. It's telling me you can travel further here, so let's do that. Yeah, let's just go with mining. Again, let's fortify here, and that unit is going to be stupid because the AI is stupid, and it's going to attack me. Yeah, despite the fact that I'm fortified in a rainforest, it's going to attack me. Oh, good. A boost. What do you even get? Oh, that was just the kill through barbarians boost, so that wasn't actually a hard boost to get. Did they just... Oh, they didn't kill themselves on me, but they almost did. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get my bonus. Bonus of culture to help me get my... Oh my god. On higher difficulty levels, the fact that barbarians have horsemen is just a bit upsetting. But anyway, oh, and of course they're going to attack my scout. What is their movement? Assume faster than my movement, but you can never know. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him just because, for experience's sake, just to grind up the experience of my warrior. So So I've explained the whole time speed, well, the game speed and the difficulty level aspect. But why are we playing Gorgo? Oh, okay, whatever. What an annoying... Yes, good. So, I wanted to play something different. I've done a religious game, I've done a domination game. So, next was either a cultural or a scientific victory game. Am I gonna... I don't think I'll be able to get away from this stupid horseman who's just chasing me around. Okay, that's good. Oh, I get a wild card because I'm Greece. Cool. That could actually be good. Let us... let's just do this. So yeah, it was either a... Are we the first there? Yes, we're also the first there, and this is +2 for units. I also, actually on that note, city states give unique bonuses, so... Wow. Wow. Okay, so that means that our bananas and rice will act as luxuries if we have Buenos Aires as a kind of vassal, if we're the suzerain of it. If we're suzerain of Carthage. Okay, so it essentially means that our barracks in this game act as trading post. Well, add to it our trade capacity. Okay. Oh, what's the actual bonus on this? Okay, it's a mountain, which is important. Mountains have adjacency bonuses. And +2 food to all adjacent tiles. But yeah, so then I was looking at what civs will I play, and I decided, oh, and we've got a Pantheon just because of our relic, essentially. I wonder what overpowered Pantheon we're going to take. Oh, actually, that's... Oh, so that's what the Sacred Path does. That's actually... If I was going religious, then that would actually be much better than I thought Golden Path was. But I'm not going religious. I'm going... this, because why would you not get better, get more units? And there's some horses. Oh my god. Okay, well, we're dead, is the outcome of this. Our unit is dead. RIP unit. So yeah, there's an achievement for having a cultural victory and playing with your own character as an AI opponent. So I kind of wanted to choose a leader who I could take to a cultural victory. Not necessarily one that I definitely had to take to a cultural victory, but one that I felt I could make this work, who wouldn't automatically mean that the AI was much better at having a cultural victory. Maybe I should have set myself the challenge. Maybe I should have played as Congo, which has, if we show you, is it Congo? Yeah. So having the palace has five slots for great works instead of one slot, because currently, can't show you because it's behind the Civilopedia. But yeah, the palace, it has one slot for great works. And you get all this bonus stuff from a relic. I mean, I just got a relic. My relic would be even more powerful right now. And that also applies to all the great works. So yeah, this is the obvious cultural victory option. When that doesn't work. But I felt that I don't really want to have to be competing with Congo as well as being Congo. Though maybe there could be Congo in this game anyway, so maybe it would have been better to be Congo versus Congo. But while Gorgo and Greece in general seems like a cultural, a cultural civ, it's not necessarily has to definitely go cultural, and it's not necessarily a kind of an advantage. It doesn't have an advantage in going cultural, it just suits going cultural, because the culture gain as Gorgo, like culture is not a cultural victory. A cultural victory is based on tourism, not culture. Though obviously culture then leads into tourism. And they're just suiciding themselves against me. Can I kill them now? Yeah, I can kill them. And get some culture from that. Okay, now I think we are going to build a builder, and then we're going to build a settler. Or maybe build a settler now. Yeah, I think we now have enough defenses to settle, and obviously we do want to settle. Let's be slightly greedy. For all I know, my guy could die as soon as it goes into the forest. There could be a horseman on the other side of Maybe a scout's what I need. Anyway, we're gonna come back home. Yeah, and the other reason to play Gorgo is that I think that I, the human player, get more of. Oh my god, really? No, okay, no. I get more advantage from Gorgo than the AI does from Gorgo, because as the human player in this game, I am going to repeatedly get assaulted by the AI, and I will then kill their units and yield culture due to killing these units who keep on attacking me. So it's really advantageous to me. I'm turning the pitfall of playing the human here. I'm turning the disadvantage of getting repeatedly attacked into an advantage of repeatedly getting free culture. Ooh, that's interesting. Actually, let's just fortify. Is it? Guess we could get writing now, or we're not getting a builder anytime soon. Let's get it bronze working. Yeah. So then when we have the settler, we know where the iron is. Fortify. The turn waits are often so short that I don't even notice that it's my turn again. I think, given this, that we definitely do not have any land masses attached up there, so it's all through these city-states, and I have not travelled past them, so let's go there and fortify, I guess. We may actually be the only one on this island, though, because it is shuffle, so it could be some random thing. And does it actually tell us? No, it doesn't tell me what kind of map we're on. Do, however, know I have the least defensive units of any player in this game. So, we want you to go around this side. Oh. Okay, so we could swap into that, but I don't think we're going to build anything right now. We don't really need the faith right now, especially because we don't have the there's going to be some amount of turns before we even build a builder. could assume that this is the issue. Like, I'm not going to find a new continent, am I? Well, let's just take foreign trade. Okay, so 55 turns without that builder bonus. Is that going to be okay with me? I don't think that's the best situation. Let's get the builder bonus into our thing. Wow, there are lots of bad guys. Okay, so do I have to attack them? I might kill that. Oh, okay, that's the wrong way around to do it. The AI does not know what it's doing. If they'd shot and then attacked, then they might have had more luck. It's actually... yeah. Let's hit them. Oh, did I kill them? Oh no, no, I killed one of them. This is also kind of why I prefer playing Marathon. The Marathon gameplay is a lot... oh no. Yeah, okay. Lose one by warriors. Yeah. The balance, like, firstly, it's more tactical when you're playing a longer thing, because it means that your units can move a lot more. Yeah, the distance that they can travel between the time you can... did we lose our good one? Or I think we lost the one that had most of the experience, which is sad. Yeah, we lost the one that had a lot of experience. Yeah, it's just, the game feels too fast on standard. It feels like the turns go too fast. It feels like you tech up too fast, too quickly, and I prefer the way that Marathon just... It feels like meaningful progression. It feels like, oh, like, I didn't have bronze working 10 turns ago. Well, in this case, it's going to be like, it would have been like 20 turns. 20 or 30 turns. I forget when I started researching it. And that feels a lot more meaningful than, like, oh, bronze working took me 4 turns to research. Because there are times, even at marathon speed, that you're researching things and it's only taking you like 2 or 4 turns to research it. Now, where am I? That is a good place to place a city, but it is decidedly close. So there's really no other rivers. Oh, there's a lake there. Is there no river in that? No rivers. Oh. A kingdom for a river. So if I was, say, there, then I would be able to get that marble. And I would have that mercury. I wouldn't have the stone. But I would have a lot of these. A lot of, like all of those. Around Mount Kilimanjaro. But it's really a question of what districts can I build around that? Here we have, so that would be there. Pasture, mine. Sadly, we are not. Is it Miras? Oh, the Kurgan. Yeah, the Kurgan. Is it? Is the Kurgan? Oh, that's adjacent pastures. It's not a well, it's faith. It's not industry. I wonder if there is something pastury, but I haven't been able to find any things that give adjacency bonuses for pastures. On that note, though, we do want those horses, and so that would suggest build one south. One south is not going to get us that marble, but it is going to get. I hate overlap. It's going to get us that thing, though. Could be on that coast. Oh, no. We can't be on that coast. That's... Oh, coastal... Oh! Okay, it's not just rivers, it's freshwater. Freshwater includes lakes. And so... Where am I going? Those are tempting options. That, why is it suggesting there? I guess because then you have a lot of bronze working happens in 7 turns. Okay, I'm gonna start moving you. Let's get back to the... I'm gonna start moving you out. May as well have the vision to know that you're not in danger. And you're gonna go somewhere this way, but is it a question of going all the way here for some kind of land grab and getting diamonds and rice and milk and cattle and all kinds of things. Now we need another warrior. Really should be managing what my workers are doing. Are they going to run out of housing anytime soon? No. They are, however, going to run out of amenities. But we've got growth in 1 turn. I'm actually going to... Oh, that turns into 6 turns for growth. Let's not do that. Let's get our 1 turn growth. Ooh. Wow, okay. Yes, and Nanmadol is a good... Well, firstly it's culture. I find culture a lot more useful than these production in only one situation things. Because you don't really get that much culture. That really boosted our culture. But then you don't get these. But there was something about Nan Madol. There's an achievement with Nan Madol. And oh no, next to co-stars provide +2 culture. Let's see if we can find this achievement though. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. 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 So, just need to be the suzerain of them? Or is it I'm the suzerain or they're my suzerain? I forget which way what goes. But anyway. I thought suzerain was the... They will probably... Yes, I am the suzerain. Okay. Yeah. I just need to be the suzerain and then pay gold to levy their military, and then I get the achievement of like the Army of Cthulhu. Okay, so unit needs orders. So, what is important to us? Is it the amazingness of this area? Do I really want horses? Is horses what I really want? Almost tempted. Is that a bonus? Yeah, it's a bonus resource. So these are luxuries. That's bonus. That's a luxury resource. So having access to both luxuries are going to probably be an issue. This is limited both by these the housing, but also by amenities, and essentially each level of happiness. So being more happy, or in the negative direction of being less happy, each amenity that you've got either got extra or are missing accounts as 5%. 5% of normal yields and 10% food yields. And then when you only have one housing left, then that halves your growth rate, which essentially is halving your surplus food. So yeah, having a happy civilization is good, and so thus having access to this mercury and this marble might actually be more profitable to us than horses. Because I don't have anyone to attack with my horses. And but I do want to wait for this iron. Find out where the iron is. And that has this place has a lot of potential. So if I was to plant my city there, then that would have essentially these 4 tiles. No. These 3 tiles would overlap. And I can live with that fact, I think. Yes, I certainly can live with that. Is that a hill? Oh, it's a plains. Really looking for these hills. If I was to go a bit north, then we would really miss out on the horses. that would have no overlap at all. That might be a better option. Of course, then that's going to have significant overlap with Nan Madol. But on the other hand, maybe we want to grab the tiles before Nan Madol gets those tiles. Those pearls are a long distance out, so I don't think I can't really get to those without making myself here, and then that's kind of missing out on stuff. I'm gonna get pearls from Sparta anyway, so don't need to worry about the pearls. So yeah, I'm actually very excited about this place, because that natural wonder makes an amazing place for a city. Does that have more defense than ooh, yes. Defense 156 versus defense 4-3. Okay, so we just need to fake them out into attacking us. Or just attack them. I think I'm just gonna get I'm gonna attack from both sides, even though it would make more sense. Well, it would have better defenses if I was to be there and there. I just don't want anything spawning on the other side, spawning in the fog of war. So I'll hold off for one more turn. You can continue moving. And ooh, is that just from that? Ooh, that's not good. Need to make this quick, I think. Although actually, I'll have a barbarian warrior. Keep on thinking I'm building barbarian, as in like I keep on calling these barbarians instead of calling them warriors. Do I have enough to like purchase? I can purchase a scout. I can purchase a slinger as well. That could be useful. Yeah, actually, let's get a slinger. Because then we get to get a boost from kill a unit with a slinger if we want archery, which last game I played with no archers. It wasn't terrible, but it I was like, oh, this is a dead end on the tech tree. So I'm going to try to avoid that dead end. And I certainly am surviving without archers, but it's a lot harder. Now. Do I... Oh, that's a marsh, that's bad. What's my... So my melee strength is only 5, and his is 20. So even with that defense, I'm not gonna easily... Yeah, let's just skip that. Okay, that's good for me. Okay, who do I want to get the experience on? Let's try to get this one leveled up. I can now go here and I should be able to... What are you doing? Okay. Oh, did I just... Oh, here. Okay. Where is the iron? No iron. Okay. There's still no iron. There's no iron there. No iron. I can't see any iron. Will it... Oh, there... Okay. There is iron across the ocean. That is the nearest iron to me, is... If you build a city there, you could get over to that iron on that island. Could you... No. You'd need to build a city there or there in order to get that iron. And that would be a city just for the purposes of that. Doesn't really have anything else going for it. Let's just round this out, get our animal husbandry. Are you gonna... Okay, you are range attacking him. He's probably gonna win next turn. That's the sad thing. Okay, so they took 29 damage and my guys took 39 damage in that when they attacked just then. But that still means that we're gonna win this exchange because we were able to attack first with our range. I do think this is the best option. But we're missing out on those horses. This way also we can have maybe the mines, each of their... I guess at the border they could be having mines and they have industrial zones that both rely on those same mines. And maybe even their industrial zones could be next to each other, getting an adjacency bonus for adjacent districts. It's all about cranking out the adjacency bonuses in this game. And we can start building hoplites, which is another good thing about bronze working. How much better is this? So a warrior is 20, a hoplite is only 25, just like a spearman, which is only 25. So the only difference with a hoplite and a spearman is this adjacency combat strength bonus. Yeah. they cost significantly more than a warrior. The other thing is, warrior has no maintenance cost. You may as well have a massive army of warriors, and that will not be costing you any gold. While your non-warrior army, and slingers don't have any. Okay, that's cool. Non-warrior army is kind of like your specialist elite troops. At this point, I think I'm actually going to end this episode, and I might get some dinner now. It was good playing, and I'll see you next episode, where we'll continue having fun. I'm actually getting really into this playthrough, I think. This has lots of potential. Anyway, see you around on the internet.